Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection Workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and those what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we're shifting into drive right here in the Car Connection Workshop. Well, good morning and welcome to Motormouth's Morning Drive, 8 a.m. show. If you're in the queue and waiting to get through and grab your goodies, make sure you lock that down. And today's a holiday day for most folks out there in Canada. In Canada, you say? Exactly. Yes. It's Happy Birthday, Canada. 159 years young. So we're going to be celebrating not only our country. If you don't live in Canada, let me know where you live. Not exactly like right down to the nut or anything like Big Brother's watching, rather. But what country are you in that you're listening to our podcast from? And remember, you can grab our podcast from any of the online podcast thingies. Yeah, the thingies where you can get them, So wherever you pull your podcast from, just put in the search box, Car Connection Workshop, and ta-da. So we're on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and the like, and Podbean. So make sure that you find us. And if you can't, all our podcasts land into our YouTube channel every single day, Monday through Saturday. I can't say every single day. That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? Yeah, Monday through Saturday. Yeah, they land in our YouTube channel. So a little bit of housekeeping. If you're joining us for the very first time, we have our morning swiggy in just a few moments. So get your favorite morning beverage ready. It's Canada Day in Canada, celebrating Canada's 159th years young birthday. And so I thought about today, the title would be very fitting. Let me know in the comments on the YouTube channel, or you can send me an email, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Remember, we got Fun Friday coming up, and Fun Friday also means you need to have your questions in if you would like your question to be read on Saturday morning's Q&A 1-hour program. I select 3 questions and break them out for you to get a better understanding what others are thinking. Their question, just imagine this, your question, their question, just might be the question you haven't asked. And then you're getting the answer for the question that you still have remaining in your head. So we're here to help you. Car Connection now with many more ways for you to watch, listen, and engage. On the homepage of our website, you will find everything on our homepage. If you'd like to follow the build and repair work that we do, we keep it to all the basics. So you're learning basic vehicle maintenance. So whether you're single, recently widowed, on your own, or whatever your circumstance is, you're, older than the cat and you don't know anything about the car, well, this would be a good time, because I don't think the cat is going to fix your car for you. Yeah, you might want to look up Toonces the cat. He wrecked a lot of cars. Toonces is not a good driver. So just saying, seemed to always go off the cliff somewhere. So on our homepage, you'll find all the logos for our recommended businesses and our awesome program partners that make our Car Connection Morning Drive, Motormouth's Morning Drive, available to you on podcasts 6 days a week, and also our YouTube channel. We're not monetized yet, but Skippy and I have been working like animals to get there. We're at about the halfway mark on our first 1,000 subscribers. So here's the thing. I'll get it out. Here's the deal. If you haven't subscribed and you're making that 71% are enjoying the videos but not subscribed, here's where you can fix that and help Skippy out. Get the booster cables and give us a boost to our very first 1,000 subscribers by making sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. And there's real good benefits. I'm just saying, it's kind of like my professor saying, now you might want to write this down. That was his clue without giving us the answer, that what he's about to tell us is going to be on the exam. So I am kind of giving you that clue, is that being a subscriber to our YouTube channel and our podcast has its benefits. I'm leaving it parked right there. So you'll find our YouTube link, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. That's the website that our very own videographer Skippy put together to bring the businesses in Stevensville and the community together. And I'll tell you, there's lots of activity over in Stevensville today for Canada Day. And that's where if you want to take the kids to a really nice outing, scoot them over to Safari Niagara. You can Google that, and it's in Stevensville. Wonderful theme park and stuff, and animals and whatnots in there, and the monkeys are there too. Yeah, not related, not that group anyway. So Stevensville on the web, we are down as Automotive Professionals, so that's where you'll find bloopers, reels, and outtakes on Facebook, Instagram, and Stevensville on the web that you will not see anywhere else. Our merch store is also available to you through Freedom Expressions on our homepage. So grab yourself some Motormouth Car Connection gear and know that you're helping those who are struggling with addiction get to a total freedom addiction campus, Canada and USA. So stand with Skippy and I as we work to help to get those who are ready to deal with their addiction to one of those campuses. All right. So we don't take a penny from all the merchandise that is sold. We just turn it right back into, you know what? Let's change another person's life. How about that? That's the best thing we can do. And thank you to all of you who are supporting our program partners, because as I've mentioned before, without them, we wouldn't have been able to make the jump from radio after, 31 years. Yeah, 31 years over to full digital. So this morning's title, and I have another Motormouth summer tech tip for you. Summer tech tip number 2. The pressure vibes. In this morning's morning Motormouth, I haven't had coffee yet, so and it's a struggle this morning. It's been so hot in the house, I feel like I'm sleeping in the oven, and I haven't been sleeping right the last couple of days, so I'm a couple of notches below my belt, if you know what I'm saying. Today's title for Motormouth's Morning Drive, Celebrate Your Car. So not only are we celebrating 159 years young of Canada, that Canada is today, we should be celebrating our vehicles as well. And I've got 5 things that should be reminders for all of us that our vehicles provide to us. And I think most of us probably don't even give it a forethought or a back thought or a side thought. So let's have our morning swiggy together. Thank you to Niagara Block, Kathy, David, and Dan Grimo for being the next gen, taking good care of Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931 with building supplies. They make the blocks right there. They have steel and rebar and all that material for you to get that building project put together. But most of all, if you're looking to do some hardscape landscaping around your home, or even creating that special backyard oasis, they're your place. They're your go-to place to get all the materials that you need to do that. Pick out everything so that you can create that wonderful, beautiful space you've always wanted to share with family, friends, or maybe just you want that quiet, special place where you can just chill out and be. I have one of those spaces. I wouldn't give it up for anything. I really enjoy that space in the summertime. So if you need a contractor to get that all together for you, just speak to Kathy Greenwell. She has a list of contractors you can count on to put together that special hardscape landscaping project that you've always wanted to get done. Get it estimated, get a game plan, get it started, get it done so you can enjoy that. So check in with the team at Niagara Block, husband and wife team, Kathy and David, and Dan's the brother. And I think that is so cool that they run that business together. I think that is so cool, and they do a great job doing that. So on 3, 2, 1, that's how we have our morning swiggy. So get it together. And I don't know if the drive-thru's open today. I mean, I'm not sure in Canada, but where you are, it may be open. And so you're scooting through and heading off to work. Let's just put this in there the way we usually do. On 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is so good this morning, but it's not coffee yet. But I know where it is. It's right over there. It's ready to go. So good. One of the ahs of life. Well, let's check in with Wednesday's weather. It is hump day and a little shorter because today is a holiday. Have a nice holiday, Canadian friends out there. Drive safe. Don't be idiots, okay? You can't be an idiot today on Canada Day. I've just made that an unwritten rule. Yeah, you can't be. And be nice on the roadways. Stop giving people the number one. You know who you are. And the horn. My question for you is, how would you like to hear that horn every time you breathe in? I'm just saying. I could tell you an interesting story, but I'm not sure whether I will. I'm not sure whether I will, time permitting, about a horn. And things are humorous sometimes. And this one was particularly funny. I thought it was very humorous. So thank you to our certified financial planners, Tony Miele, Larry Tetro, bringing clarity to people's finances, handling and managing debt. If you're drowning in debt, listen up. If you've got a portfolio with a bank, listen up. That money is not working for you. It's working good for the bank, but it's not working hard for you. Estate planning, you need that. And if you have kids at home, 18 years or older, have you got them arranged as you're their health proxy? Should something medically happen, you cannot direct the doctors for treatment. If they're 18 years old and you're not their medical proxy, you're their health proxy. Now, that's an American term. I will find out what the term is in Canada, but it's true. And, you know, it's funny. I was in a conversation with someone who should know that is true. You have, if they're 18 and they're living under your roof, you have to be their health proxy. And I just clarified that back in May. Was it May? No, it was beginning of June, because I had to make some changes to my estate plan. And I asked my estate planner, attorney, and she said, absolutely. And I said, well, it's weird because another attorney told me that wasn't true. And she looked at me and she goes, yeah, well, that's interesting because that's not true. You need to be their health proxy. So if you need a mortgage arranged with great rates and be treated like a people, life insurance, critical illness insurance, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, I've been working with them as they're my financial planners for over 20 years, and these guys are like brothers to me. And it means a whole lot that they've stood behind us since like 2007. And they're bringing this morning's Wednesday weather to you. So thank you, Tony and Larry. Get that discovery meeting in. You don't need to take your wallet. They're not going to sell you anything. They're going to listen. and ask questions and find out where you are, where you'd like to be, and they're going to put a game plan together to get you there. So let's not beat each other up over finances. Let's sit down and get answers. So grab that hour and a coffee and change your life. So where are we at here? Wait a minute. What is going on here? Oh, I see. Yeah, here, I got that corrected. Thank you for pointing that out to whoever that individual was. Perfect. On the rainometer, we've got... it said we got 0.05 of an inch in the last 24 hours, but we didn't see anything on the south shores of Lake Erie and the Niagara region. But today we got 75 degrees right now, and it is sunny. Not quite, but the sun is coming up. I'm just checking. Yeah, I see the sun is there. It's true. Sunny conditions will continue all day today. Today's temperature range is from 74 to 86. And will feel more like 74 to 88. And yesterday we hit a balmy 87 in the Niagara region and the south shores of Lake Erie. And today, looking like 86 with an overnight low of 74. So make sure you stay hydrated. You're out there celebrating, fellow Canadians, fellow Canuckers. Stay hydrated. Wear a hat. And make sure you SPF before you burn. Yeah, so before you go out in the sunshine, put your sunscreen on before you get a sunburn, a nasty sunburn. It's taken me a while to figure that one out. But just the same, thank you to Earl and Louise Grant, husband and wife team at City Auto Sales and Leasing in the Greater Toronto Area for over 25 years, being a part of Car Connection. We should not take that lightly, because when you're going to buy a vehicle, isn't it nice to go to a referral and know that they don't push, pull, and drag somebody else's junk, somebody else's lipstick on a pig to sell to you? Well, that's what they don't do at City Auto Sales and Leasing. Earl and Louise, they're car guys, and they are fussy as all get out, and that's where you want them to be fussy, in finding you and supplying low mileage quality vehicles at fair prices. They're Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. So friends, you can absolutely send your peeps over to see Earl and Louise Grant and know that they can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. And they're going to come away with a very, very good car, because Earl brings cars in that look like they were hermetically sealed in a plastic bag. They're clean inside and out and mechanically fit. He doesn't bring any junk to their stockyard. He just doesn't. They have lots of vehicles under roof and on the lot. But if you do not see what you're looking for, let Earl and Louise get on it and find that vehicle for you, that specific vehicle. Let them do the legwork. They've got years of resources under their belt, and if it's out there, the vehicle you're looking for, and it's any good, they'll find it and save you 1,000 steps. Well, let's jump right in this morning, because I can't be here all day. Got to shave my legs with the weed whacker. Yeah, they've healed up since the last time. Got the Band-Aids off. It's good. Celebrate your car. How many of us really, seriously, self-included, sometimes I think I forget that the importance of my automobile and the spares, that where would we be without them? And I got thinking yesterday, as I was looking for a spring that blew out of a valve I was rebuilding, and it landed somewhere in the shop, and I was just I was checking the end girder in the rotary thing, and I heard this little crunch under my foot, and I'm like, did I just step on a crusty fly? Because, I opened the bay door early in the morning, and I put the ceiling fans on in the shop to kind of, the air gets a little stale and crusty overnight. And it's like, what is that? What is that stink? yeah, so I was, that's what I do in the morning when I get up early at 4, crack the bay doors open a little bit, put the fans on, and I stepped on something last night when I was turning the shop lights out. And I looked down, I really couldn't see anything, and then, because I've been looking for this spring for 2 days, because it's a very special spring, and it makes up the valve inside the valve holder, so that when you run the pressure washer, it sucks in whatever fluid you want to spray on the vehicle. So whether it's car soap, soap and wax, or wax, soap, and plus something else like coffee, or a degreaser. And I'm getting this machine ready for my egg and honey man. Yeah, my friend Angus. So I'll dedicate this program to my friend Angus. Nice fella. Very nice fella. And very handy. Yeah, very handy. Yeah, so he dropped off this pressure washer and said, "Hey, Motormouth, you think you can get this thing going?" Well, I've already had it running, so I know I just got to service the carburetor. I thought, I'm going to go through this thing because it sat outside for a year. And so I took the valve off, and somebody's built a nest inside the front half of the pump. So I think I got most of it out, but I need to blow it out. And I thought, I'm going to take that pressure valve out and make sure that it's clear, and it wasn't. It was crusted over inside, so that wouldn't have been working. So I thought I'd break the thing down and go right through it and clean it out. And then when I took the little fitting off, and there's a little ball and a spring in there, and I knew that. I stinking knew that. And I got the bally, and usually I drop that on the floor, or it drops itself on the floor, and then you got to go find it. And then there's a spring in there, and it was stuck. Not a very big spring. I thought I'd just help it a bit. And next minute, boing, my left eye caught it, and it hit the floor underneath my rolling cart, and I didn't see where it went from there. And I thought, oh, that's not a big deal. It's under the cart. No, it wasn't. It was about 8.5 feet away from where I was working when I heard this little crunch under my foot, and I thought I stepped on a crusty old dead, one of those really big flies that are green. I call them poo flies. And I looked down, and there was a dead fly there, and I didn't think anything of it. And then last night when I'm turning the lights out, I had my sneakers on, and I was in the same area, and I heard crunch, and I looked down, and I go, get out of here. It's the spring. I stepped on the spring, and I didn't even break it. So I did like a 20-minute happy dance, and so now I can fix and finish that machine today. That's where I was going with that. So, and then I got thinking about my tools. How important are my tools to me, and how important are the things that we take apart that we have to rebuild or service and put back together, all the little moving parts and components. One piece is missing, the job is held up. And I got to thinking about that, and that's how I brought about this title this morning, Celebrate Your Car. And I got 5 things that our vehicles are the only thing that can do this for us. Number 1, as you get older, this is kind of crosses your mind a few times, is when you can no longer drive legally on the road and they take your license away, you've lost what? And I've seen this, and my pops is 89. He drives a Lexus SUV Turbo. Concerned about that. Is he behaving when I'm not around? Oh, yeah, he does. He takes really good care of it, and he knows that's his independence. Exactly. And I don't think many of us think about that. Is our vehicles give and supply us with independence, that we can just hop in and scoot and tootle around and get things done. Number 2, it takes us for what I call the GG, the grub grab. Yeah. Would you like to be carting all the goodies home to your pantry on a bicycle in this steaming heat? No. I'm gonna be the first one to say that. No. And no. Still no. It's no. I prefer, just not making it a week's adventure to go for the grub grab and haul it all back on my bicycle, even though it does have luggages and a grocery basket on it. Don't tell everybody that. It has a removable grocery basket with a handle. That was my bicycle friend, Brian, who said, you got to be outfitted if you're going to be tootling around so you can pick stuff up and take clothing and water and carbohydrates with you. And I'm like, okay, Brian, okay, all right, just fix it up. So anyways, and I'll tell the story sometime how that bicycle actually saved my life. I'll tell that story. It was a very dark, dismal part of my world at that time. So, and that bicycle was just the thing. So, number one, our vehicles give us independence. We can pick up and go. Number two, it's the grub grabber. Yeah, the grocery grab, whatever you want to call it. I call it the grub grab. GG, it's short for. I just have to say I'm going for the big GG. Okay, get lost. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we like you, but we don't need you. Oh, thanks a lot. I feel warmer inside. Number three, it creates memories, vacation stays, places we visited and made memories with family, with the kids as they're growing up, our peeps, spending time with our friends, family, whatnot. Even those that are a little bit irritating, like a bad rash in a place we can't talk about. It does that. Our vehicles do that for us. And number four, emergencies and an emergency pizza and wing food grab. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, what's for dinner? Oh, I forgot. Emergency pizza and wing grab, or burger and fries grab, fish and chips grab. I better shut up. I'm getting hungry. Yes, I am. I woke up with a hunger. So it's those things. Emergencies. Something happens. Got to get the kid to the clinic or whatever. We need some stitches where, they're leaking and you got to get them taken care of. It does that. It runs all those special errands. Middle of the night, you need some Tylenol or whatever, some cold remedy, and you got to head to the 24-hour pharmacy and get something to get that handled. It does that. And number five, and I think that's the top drawer for me. I was thinking about my tools in my toolbox and all the equipment we've got in the shop here and how we're able to get things done. Could we get all that stuff done without the tools? And the answer is a big N/O. No, we can't. Can we help somebody without the tools? No, we can't. So it all comes together, but none of that happens without having a vehicle to rely on. So today in Canada, we're celebrating Canada's 159 years young birthday, but we should be celebrating our vehicles every day, because without our vehicles, those things I just mentioned wouldn't happen. Where did your vehicle take you to the most memorable spot that you can even imagine? What does that memory look like? Would it have happened without a vehicle? Yes or no? And I think for most of us, it's a no. You're right. Not really. So number five is schedules, programs, the after-school programs, the visits to the doctor, to the dentist, to the tool store, and the chrome division at, the hot rod shop and that kind of stuff. Yeah, schedules and programs. Think about it. Just think on that for a moment. How many things that you have on your appointment sheet that relies on the vehicle being reliable to get you there every single week, every month, day in, day out? Could you do and achieve all the 5 things that I just said without a vehicle? Your independence, the weekly grab, creating memories, going to special locations with your kids, with the fam, with your hubby, your significant other, your hamster, the gerbil, don't forget the gerbil, and the fish. Yeah, Flipper. He's still alive. I think it's Flipper 10. Emergencies, errands, schedules, programs, getting to events, things that you're involved in after work, things the kids are involved in after school. The summer's out. The kids are out. How about right now? All the things the kids want to, you got to keep them entertained or they're going to tear the house apart. I'm just saying. Keep an eye on them. They're sneaky. And those are the 5 things that I feel that our vehicles do for us every single day, every week, every month of every year. Do we really actually stop to think about that? It's always there to help us to get things done. And what would we all do without one? Think about it. Well, I always wanted a pony. Yeah, I always tell my friend Jennifer, I want a pony. Yeah. No. It's not happening. A donkey? Can I have a donkey? A colt? Apparently not. So they deserve more respect than we really give them, don't you think? I thought today would be a great time to just reflect on just how important is your automobile to you. I fall in that exact 5 things that our vehicles can do for us. And if I didn't have a vehicle, could I accomplish those 5 things every single day? Could I accomplish just schedules, programs, meetings, errands, emergencies, getting away for that quiet time, that white space that you need to get your brain defragged and back together, pull yourself back together for another year? The grab, really? Could we go without it? I see people with bags and bags of stuff climbing on the local bus and transportation here, and I go, wow. I remember those days because I did it when I was in the city of Hamilton, the big smoke. Yeah, I couldn't afford to run my car, so I had to take the bus. And I you know what? I hoofed it for quite a while. So back in the early 80s, when a humongous recession was on, and it sucked with a K and a T on it. It was bad. Like apprentices, I was trying to get my first year in and get through into my second year, and the recession hit, and things were so tight. It was watertight, like a frog's butt. And I couldn't get a job anywhere. And I was doing whatever I could. And I had to park my car. I couldn't afford to put gas in it and pay the insurance, so I had to park it somewhere safe and take the insurance off. And that's what you do to get through things, right? That's what you have to do sometimes. Is it's part of that deal of doing whatever it takes. But our automobile is so taken granted for. We take it for granted. So it's always there to help us and get things done. What would we all do without one if all of a sudden today you got to hand in the keys and you are carless? What would that look like? What would it feel like? Just think on that for a minute. Don't spill your coffee. That's terrible. They deserve more respect than we really give them. And what would your life be like without a car? A reliable piece. I don't care how old it is. You can make it 100% reliable. Trust me. I'm a master at that. I can take the worst piece of crap and turn that crappy crap into a pretty decent vehicle in a short span of time. Just check out the 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler Rescue. Never had a Jeep or worked on Jeeps much in my entire life. Blessed by that. And we took this little red Jeep TJ Wrangler and saved it. And made it's a reliable piece of transportation now. How cool is that? Wait till you hear the number that it costs to do that. You'll be shocked and awed. Well, that brings us to, I hope these are things that kind of stir you up a little inside, because we can quite often take advantage of people, things that we always have and just expect it's always going to be there. And our vehicle's one of those things. We expect it to always be there, and when it's not, what does your world look like? Well, mine would really not be pleasant, and it would be like withholding coffee from me for more than an hour. Yeah, unpleasant for those around me. That brings us to our summer tech tip number 2, the pressure vibes. So get out there today, just not too far from where I'm sitting right now. They've got events going all day for the kids, all age groups. There's music, there's foodies, food trucks, there's vendors, there's displays going on, all kinds of stuff all day. And then later on, there's going to be, what do they call them? A tribute band. I think they're called Tragically Trip. I think you know who that's taken off. And I've heard them before. They are really, really good. And then there's going to be some other events going on stage all throughout the day. And in the evening, fireworks tonight. Yeah. Just don't set the shop on fire, okay? All right. So, Motormouth Tech Tip, Summer Tech Tip number 2, tire pressure vibes. Well, Motormouth here, let's talk for a moment. Let's talk tires. Hot pavement can mess with your tire pressure big time. Low pressure, that's heat and wear. Too high, say hello to less traction. Grab a tire gauge, $5 at the parts store, and check those numbers against the sticker in your door jamb, in your owner's manual, but most of all, on the sidewall of the tire. Take 2 minutes. Saves you a tire and maybe a towing bill. Just saying. Underinflated, overinflated, damages tires in no time. Underinflated creates heat and friction. How many of you looked up the coefficient of friction? Tell me in the email. And in the description on our YouTube videos and on our podcast, I build all that. I do the editing there. I put a lot of automotive tech tips in there that we did not talk about on the YouTube or on the podcast. And that's where you'll get all our contacting information is in the description of either or the videos or the podcast. So come along for the ride and join us on our YouTube channel where you'll learn some more basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership, no matter what age, size, color, or body weight you are. It doesn't matter. It's just the willingness to learn the 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how you broke it, and now it's costing you money, and we don't want to see you do that thing again so that you're paying for the same thing you broke over and over again. So the videos are teaching videos. So yes, I yak and break out all the tools and how to do specific jobs, basic maintenance and repairs in the shop, and you get to see all of it for free. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, and follow. Leave a comment, and remember to send your emails in with your questions before noon on Fun Friday so I can get that all organized for Q&A Saturday. So with that, I leave you with happy birthday, Canada. 159 years young. And from the South Shores of Lake Erie and the Car Connection Workshop, if you're in Canada, make it a great day. Get out there and do stuff with the kids. It's going to be a great sunny day. Enjoy it. Enjoy your day to celebrate our Canada. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for another round of Motor Mouth's morning drive. Happy, healthy motoring, peace, patience, and kindness, and we'll see you in the next one.